All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and I've been trying to make an Entity Framework Core, EF Core version of our payroll program. And in the last program, I had encountered an error, but I wanted to show you something, and that is this. In this payroll program thing that we added before, I did not call this thing that. In fact, what it was called, just wanted to show you, was called PayrollDB context. So that's why we were getting that PayrollDB context thing that was being made. So I'm going to go back and change this to payroll database 02, which I think is what we called it in app.config. Payroll database 02, payroll database 02. Let's do a file, save all on here. And we should be able to close this. We'll leave this up for now. And what I'm going to do, I have removed the migrations folder from here. All right, so let's go in here and let's close this. Technically, these don't even exist anymore now. Let's get rid of all of them. All right. So I'm not sure if this is going to fix the problem that we had or not, but I want to come in here and do a view and bring up the SQL Server Object Explorer. And just so you see it, I'm going to refresh. And just so everybody sees, there is nothing in here called payroll, period. All right, so I'm going to come in. The other thing, too, is I had accidentally removed or moved. In fact, I'm going to go back and screw it up again so you can see it. I'm going to go to Tools, NuGet Package Manager Console, and I'd somehow taken this thing and moved it. If that ever happens to you and you want to reset your settings, which is what I want to do now, you go to Tools, Import and Export Settings, and you say Reset All Settings. It'll say, do you want to save what you have? If it does ask you, you don't. No, I just want to reset all settings and say Next, Finish, Close, and it's back. All right, so Tools, NuGet Package Manager Console, and it's back where it was, where it should be. Now, let's see if we can fix this. So we're doing an add migration. That succeeded, and it has in the other times too. So this is the biggie here. So there is our migrations folder. Now let's see if the update database works. No. Son of a gun. It says payroll mdb.mdf already exists. So someplace else, I thought I'd found where the other places where this was, but I guess it's in more than one place. So what I'll do is I'm going to stop for just a second so you don't have to watch me search through all my files, because that's what I'm going to do. All right, so when I look in here, the update database did not work. I don't want this in here anymore. I really don't. So I am going to remove my migrations folder yet again. And like I said, I'm going to start coming through all these files here, and I'm going to look and see if we've got, let's just look for payroll. Okay, it's not in that file. Okay, here, this still says payroll DB. That's not what we want. We want payroll database 02. All right, file, save all. I'm hoping those are the only places where that was. So I'm going to close this as well. I'm going to close this. But just to be sure, I'm going to go into forms and I'm going to look at each one of my forms. It's the only way to do this. Didn't think it'd be in that one. That's our startup form. Okay, it's not in that one. I don't think it'll be in any of these. Okay. Okay, we haven't done these yet, so this should go very quickly. Okay, so it's not in data, it's not in forms. Let's quickly check into models here. Okay. I'm gonna close a few of these things, so it's getting a little unruly here. All right. You can already see looking that it's not in there. And it's not in there. And it's not in there. And it's not in there. So I've checked data, I've checked forms, and I've checked models. App.config, it should already be correct in there. Payroll database 02, payroll database 02, so that is correct. In this payroll program, this is where it was wrong, so it now says payroll database 02, so that is correct. It's program CS, no. All right, so the only other places it could be would be in the payroll library. And I'm going to take for granted that it's not in there. But let's try this now and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to go back to this. And I'm going to attempt to. We have removed the migrations folder. So add migration, initial create, and update database. Oh, that's great. All right. So now we should have, if I go to view SQL Server Object Explorer, and I'm going to make sure we refresh, and we should have in here payroll database 02. There it is. So let's run the program. Now, there's still a little bit of a problem here, and I don't know. If we go to hourly, oh, good, they are gone. Good. So let's see if we can add an employee. So 40, 25, and they should make $1,000. Okay, add record. There are no records. That is true, so I guess I'm going to have to remove that from there. All right, let's do this. Where we say there are no records. Don't need this. Yeah, we are checking for an empty database. And where are we doing that? We are doing that in add, and I guess we shouldn't be. There's update. This is add. I'm going to just take this information that's here and I'm going to comment it out. It's weird. And my comment stuff isn't here. It usually is. All right, we'll manually comment it out. That's fine. All right, so let's try that again. File, save all, and let's run the program. Now, if everything is the way I'm hoping it'll be, we will now be able to add a new record. All right, so let's try it again. 40 and 25,000. Let's see if we can add it. There it is. So it's ID 1, 40, 25, and there's our gross pay. All right, update did not work right before, and I'm not sure if it will now or not. So let's change it. So we're going to come in here, we're going to change this from 45 or from 25 to, let's say, 50. So that should now be 2,000. Calculate and update the record, and that's been changed. All right, now let's see if we can remove that record. In fact, let's add another one and then we'll remove it. So let's make this 40 and 25 again. Let's calculate, add the record. There's our second one. Let's see if we can remove this second one now. Delete, and it's gone. So all of our operations now work for our, everything now works for our hourly employee. Now, the one thing I did want to come in here and look at, I know I did this before. I'm going to go look for a little bit of code, so give me just a second and I'll be right back. All right, I found this from an earlier program. It's pretty much what I want to do in here. So I'm going to go on and use that. Get that out of the way. And go back into our delete routine. So now we're doing this, and we're doing this. No, check for empty database, load. Yeah. I think I want to put it right here. And I'm going to do this. It's going to give me an error for a second, but we'll fix it in a minute. Don't need an else there. All right, so I'm going to try to paste that into here. Need a default. That would make it no by default, but I trust myself enough. All right, so let's try that. File, save all. Let's run it again. We'll add one more record. Now, one thing to realize is when we add a new record here, we'll add something that we don't have in here. So let's put in here 25 and 25. So that should be 625, but it'll be employee 3. We remove 2, and once you remove that, it's gone. 625, add record. There it is. All right, so now if we attempt to delete this one, and I click delete, it says, are you sure you want to delete record ID 3? If we say no, it remains. But if we say yes, it's now gone. So I believe that with what I wanted to do in here now, everything is finished. Like I said, this is what I want to do after I finish this one. And again, I realize I've still got the other 3 to go. I've got piece worker, I've got commission worker, and salaried worker. After I get done with these, the plan is that I'd like to take this application and convert it into an ASP or Active Server Pages.net application that I'll put out on the internet. All right. When I do that, I think I'm going to take this and make it smaller, probably cut it in half or something, and add in here a first name and a last name, because just having employee numbers isn't doing it. All right. So I was going to go on to the next one here, but I'm probably already at 15 minutes or so, and I'm 16 minutes. So when I come back, what you're going to realize is there's going to be a lot of duplication. In other words, I want to do the same kind of thing here, regardless of the type of employee. What's going to be different is, again, when I'm working with, when I'm working with an hourly employee, it's hours worked and hourly rate. When I'm working with a piece worker employee, it's pieces made and price per piece. When I'm working with a commission employee, it's commission percentage and commission sales. And when I'm working with a salaried employee, it's just the salary. What I'm saying is we're going to be doing the same kind of thing, whether you want to add a new record, update an existing record, or delete an existing record. We're kind of doing the same thing here every single time. It's just that we have different fields that we're using in here. So the question kind of arises, would it be possible to write one data grid view that would handle everything? And the answer is yes. I'll look into possibly doing that for the ASP.NET app. I don't know if I want to do that or not. All right, but there's a lot of ways this program, I'm sure, as you can tell, could be tweaked to make it a lot better. All right, I'll be back to start on the piece worker employer in just a few.